Hey, Brandon, congratulations on the new deal. Just your general thoughts on coming to St. Louis, and have they been on your radar for very long?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's something that I'm looking forward to getting to know the city a little bit better because when you play there, you're kind of in and out and you don't get to see all parts of the city. But I've heard great things, and obviously they're a great hockey team that I'm looking forward to joining and having another chance of winning and have that success. So I think all the ingredients are there, and it's a team that's definitely excites me. That's for sure. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Brandon, when you look at their roster, what do you feel like makes you a good fit for it?
Well, I think from playing against them, they play a heavy game. They like to hold on to pucks, cycle pucks, protect it, and that's all part of my identity as well. So I think I can fit right in that aspect as well as playing a 200-foot game.
Brandon, you had a number of teams that wanted to sign you. Obviously, it took until day two. What was the biggest reason it took 24 hours? What did you have to decide before signing?
Well, I think it's a big decision. It's something that I've never been through, and having a family and a couple young kids, it's something where you have to talk to your family, kind of weigh out the pros and cons, living situations, team situations. So it's more that goes to it than you'd think, and so it's something I just really wanted to think about and digest before making a decision.
Hi, Brandon. How would you say your time in Colorado was? How did you enjoy your experience there? And then I guess you can just go into how were negotiations with them during this off season.
Yeah, that's something. Colorado had a lot of fun. It was a great hockey team to be a part of. Obviously, we had some success in the playoffs there, and anytime you can play on a winning hockey team, it's a lot of fun. And then the city was great. So I mean, it was a great place to live, great teammates. So everything was a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed my time there. As far as communication, there was some between them and my agent, but I kind of leave that up to him more so than anything. And it didn't really seem like we can get a deal done, so we kind of moved on from that.
Like you said, a lot of decisions, family decisions, everything goes into picking a spot. What about on the ice? I mean, this on paper looks like a really good team that might have just had a hole there at the left spot, which you filled. Did you look at it like that, like maybe just one or two pieces away and you could be that guy?
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it too. I'm a hockey player. I'm competitive. I want to play and contribute. And anytime you can have an opportunity to play and play for a good team, I think that definitely excites you as a hockey player. So that's something I definitely thought about.
Yeah, Brandon, how important was it as you look for a new team to go to someone that was a contender?
Yeah, I think that was a huge part. It's something where I've won in my career. I've been fortunate, and once you get a taste of it, that's something that there's no better feeling. So I think when it comes down to it, I wanted to go somewhere where you have another chance of winning, and you're going to have a successful team, and the Blues fit that mold.
You've had pretty good success against the Blues in your career. I think one of the top two or three teams in terms of goals scored against them. Any reason for that?
I don't know. Maybe we play them a lot. I think teams you get to play a lot, and you tend to score against more and kind of get to know them better. So who knows? It's always a fun building to play in, though.
Brandon, you've won the cup twice. A lot of these guys just recently won it here 2 years ago. Do you think there's something to that, adding that pedigree of guys that have that experience of winning it all, and you can kind of collaborate and combine that together and trying to make another run?
For sure. I think that experience, it's hard to come by. So anytime you can join a team that's had success, especially recently, they know what it takes to win, and they kind of have that mentality. I think that's huge, and something that, like I said, you can't really put a price on that experience.
You've had, in terms of production, you've had consistency throughout your career. Any reasons for that? And is that something that you take pride in?
For sure. It's something as a player where I like to contribute a 200-foot game as well as scoring and contribute in that aspect. So I think that's part of how I pride myself on being a consistent player night in, night out. And that's just the type of person and player I am. So I'm definitely proud of that.
Brandon, when you look around that forward group, is it attractive to a free agent like yourself to see, Buchnevich 4 years? I think Shen's got 7 or 8 left, and then some younger kids. It looks like a group that could be around together for a little while. Is that attractive?
For sure. I think that's a good mix of having veterans and having some young skill that can kind of fill those roles too. I think that's a big key for success. And also, like you said, I just don't want to come and have a 1-year crack at it and then the team kind of falls apart. So I think that longevity of the team and myself is a very attractive point.
Brandon, do you know any of the Blues, and have you heard from any of them?
Yeah, I heard from a couple of them. It's all pretty new to me. I don't have big relationships with any of them except from playing against them. But hockey is a small community, and they're usually a bunch of great guys. So I've heard a lot of good things. And after touching base with some of them today, I'm excited to get to know them more and kind of get into St. Louis.
Already, we've got you penciled in playing left wing on a line with O'Reilly and Perron. How would that suit you?
Yeah, well, those are two great players. I think that's an exciting line for sure. There's a lot of good options on that team, but those guys are great. After playing against them, they're kind of guys that you hate to play against because how competitive they are and how successful they are. But I'm definitely excited to be joining them.
Yeah, Brandon, you played more games against the Blues than any other team, and not just with other teams, but with big rivals. What were your feelings about the Blues before? They probably were a team high on your dislike list, and how weird is it going to be playing for them now?
Yeah, for sure. It's something. It's part of the business. As a hockey player, like you said, there's a lot of rivalries and a lot of good teams that we got to battle out with the Blues. So that's something that it's going to be a little weird, I think, at first putting on the sweater, but it's something too. When you go through those battles, you appreciate the guys on the other side as well. So I'm excited to be joining them.
Obviously, this is all pretty sudden for you, but when do you think you'll be in town? Any timetable set yet, or?
Yeah, no timetable set, no plans. But I'm sure once we digest this a little bit, I'll be coming out with my family to kind of get a lay of the land and look for a house and things like that. So I'm not sure exactly yet. It's all pretty new, but I'm looking forward to that for sure.
And not just the Stanley Cups, but a lot of individual playoff successes just kind of come alive at that point in the season, and things kind of work out for you in the postseason.
Yeah, I think that's where all the fun is. It's something where regular season's important for sure, but it's tough to match that playoff intensity, and to win a Stanley Cup, there's no better feeling. So that's something where I obviously love to play in the playoffs, and that's why I wanted to go to a playoff team.